It's Sunday at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and the Chevrolet test has commenced because yesterday it was too cold. Firestone didn't like the temperatures. The drivers didn't like the temperatures. Today it's pretty nice, 55 degrees, no wind. Engines like it, tires like it, drivers seem to like it too. Simon Pagenaud, I believe he was the champion of the IndyCar series last year. Kid, when you come here to test, you guys were here a few days ago. Is it all about aero? Is it you don't care about mechanical grip? Is it? I mean, what do you really work on when you come here?
Well, yeah, there's those two packages. The mechanical side of the car. How can you make it so the mechanical side of the car gives you as much grip as possible, but you need to adjust that with the aero package as well. And they go hand in hand. It's very difficult to get it right for the two setups. If it's cold like this, it's difficult to work on the mechanical package because we know in May it's going to be warmer, so the car's going to have a lot more movement. The tires are going to get softer with the heat. So it's what we learn on mechanical is limited today, I think. That's my personal opinion. But we can learn a lot on aero, especially the air is so thin today. So you know, there's so much downforce with the cool air that there's a lot you can learn with, especially how sensitive each part on the car is.
Do you feel like every time you come here, when you think back when you first came here to now, what you've learned and how much more confident you are, and how when you go out you learn something every time? Yeah,
I was just telling Brett Simon, my engineer, on the walk back, I was just telling him how much more comfortable I feel every time. Every time I turn laps, I'm learning something, and I pick up a little bit here, I pick up a little there. I just understand better how the car runs and what to do to make it faster, and what I'm going to need for the race too, which is very much the unknown when you start.
Ed Carpenter, two-time Indy 500 pole sitter. A week or so ago when the Honda guys were here, they were kind of a little brisk walk in their step. They seemed to be pretty confident they might have a little advantage coming into May with their engines. But Will Power said, I'm not that concerned. We got Penske and O'More and Chevy, and I think they'll have something for us. What's your early prediction or indication? You feel like you're a little behind maybe?
I think it's too early to say. You know, I mean, for us, we're here working on things that we've worked on over the winter and getting some real data on that. You know, it's hard to ever really compare speeds this time of year at a test like this. So I mean, obviously they came out strong at St. Pete, but you know, we'd need a little bit bigger sample size before you know, I think before they're able to draw conclusions, or we are. So, you know, first week of May we'll know more so for sure by qualifying weekend. But you know, today it's hard to not get caught up in it, but you really just have to keep your head down and focus on our test plan and the things we want to get done and go from there.
When you think about hanging out here as a kid and paying attention to history like you have, and you hear the stories from AJ and Parnelli and stuff, and now it's commonplace that you got to run wide open here, and you just have that in your mind that lap 5 I need to be wide open?
Or lap 2,
or lap 2?
You know, I mean, if it's good, like today, it's nice. But no, I mean,
that's confident if it's lap 2.
It's one thing running flat on your own. You know, being able to do it in traffic is a whole other story. So, you know, that's a big focus, is just always being better in dirty air and in traffic. You know, which is harder and harder in these cars.
Now, you know your way around this place, brother.
Still learning.
I know, you're still learning. But when you come here, it's interesting because Ed Carpenter's been here about 10 years, and he said he still learns things, and even guys that a little bit more history than you say every time they go around this place they can pick something up. But like today, it's 53 degrees, it's not windy. Can you take anything away from today to May?
You know, I like the words that Rick Mears used. It's just like you going to your office. You know, right now we're setting up the office, put everything in place, so when we come back here in the month of May, we'll be ready to go. So it's exactly what we're doing. We're trying a little bit stuff. We're not looking for speed at the moment. We're looking for eliminating the things that, okay, we don't need to try this in the month of May, and that's what we're looking for.
Did you figure when you were growing up as a baseball player and a race driver that Indy would become maybe not only your favorite track, but your best track? I mean, how do you explain, how did that happen?
I don't know. I think you know, part of it is just you get a lot more time here than you do at a lot of other places. But yeah, I do think it kind of suits some of my strengths just as a driver, as a guy in the car. You know, you get a lot of repetitions, you get to work on the really fine little details of what you're looking for in the steering and what you're looking for in the feel, and you know, being able to break down what the differences in those things are in qualifying versus in the you know, in the race. So, you know, I love that it's somewhere that I've grown to be, you know, good coming here, and you know, like I wouldn't trade that for sure.